Good morning, everyone. At long last, we are here, and I'm Paul Krekorian. I'm the president of the City Council and council member for the 2nd District, and I'm so happy to finally get to this point, to be able to celebrate the accomplishment that many of you have been working on for a year and a half now. And many of you from the neighborhood have been enduring for a year and a half now, and it has not been an easy road to get here. There have been all sorts of delays and things that happened that weren't expected, that were out of our control, that led to this intersection being closed for 18 months, which has been a huge inconvenience for this neighborhood. And I first just want to thank the neighborhood and everybody who lives here, all the businesses and all the residents, for putting up with that hassle for this long. But I hope that now you'll agree that, I don't know, maybe in retrospect, when we move forward a little bit, you'll be able to look back and say, yes, it was really worth it, because we have a phenomenal step forward in a very large project here that has been that will really be I think a game changer for transportation in this area, especially for active transportation, for encouraging more people to use their bikes. This project will include 4.75 miles of paved bike path, paved bus stop waiting areas, bikeway bridges over the Tahunga Wash, bikeway lighting, safety fencing, landscaping, bike activated signals, new crosswalks, ADA accessible ramps for those who are mobility impaired, and very importantly, major traffic and railroad signal modifications at 12 intersections and safety improvements right here that will keep residents, businesses, pedestrians, bicyclists, and motorists safer at what is a very challenging intersection. And as you look at the before pictures here, and you can just imagine for somebody driving through this intersection, or somebody biking or walking through this intersection, having to navigate this with intersecting traffic, the potential for trains coming by, and so on, it was not the best, safest, best engineered intersection. And now I think it is. So we've got improved sidewalks, curb access for pedestrians, handrails, gates, crosswalks, flashing warning lights. With all of these improvements, it's really going to be a much safer place. It potentially is going to save lives, and it's certainly going to make this an easier place to navigate. And importantly, it brings us that one step closer to completing the entire long San Fernando Valley bike path. This will lead to the completion of the 3rd and final phase, at long last, of that bike path, which is something that many of us have dreamed of completing for, well over a decade. This was one of the things that the San Fernando Valley really fought for when we passed Measure M, was to ensure that there would be funding for the San Fernando Valley bike path built into Measure M. So this goes way back, and we're finally here. So I couldn't be more pleased. Again, I want to thank everyone from the neighborhood, but and in addition, I really want to thank the Los Angeles City staff and the Metrolink staff for their work in bringing together all of these pieces in a way that will make sense, that will keep people safer, that will meet the needs of both agencies and this community. This has really been a project that required extraordinary coordination across agencies, and I'm just so grateful to everybody who was a part of that. And I want to start in my thanks by recognizing Connie Llanos, the interim general manager of the Los Angeles Department of Transportation, who in everything that we've done has been such a great partner to try to increase mobility, increase safety for the residents of the 2nd Council District and the entire city of Los Angeles. Connie, can you say a few words, please?
Good morning. Well, the council member really outlined what a magnificent project this is going to be. It really is going to be transformative for this part of the city. And as the council member mentioned, a part of the city that really has lacked this kind of infrastructure for quite some time. It's really going to give people a viable option for how to move through the valley. And it's part of a concerted effort that we've undertaken thanks to the leadership of Councilmember Krikorian to really expand meaningful connections that keep people safe and that create that quality of life that all communities deserve. Certainly, the Valley is long overdue for that. Couldn't thank enough the partnership that we've had with Metrolink and obviously Streets LA, who you'll hear from in a second. Without their support, we would not be able to really see to fruition this idea, again, of creating this safe, connected, arterial type of passageway for so many people here in Los Angeles. Couldn't thank the community members enough. I really do hope that we can live up to the good things come to those who wait saying, because we really do believe that this project will be worth the wait. It's going to be really magnificent once we're done with it. And of course, I cannot close without thanking the incredible Los Angeles Department of Transportation team who has helped to make this possible and will continue to work to finalize this huge project here. There's a lot of folks here, so I'm gonna do my best not to miss anybody because really you all are unsung heroes, and really this is about celebrating your work as well. So I've got the ATSAC team, Jeannie Shen, Masis Kashakian, and Suvimol Nilprapa from Major Construction, Maverick Chenguenka, from Construction Management to Signal Design, and then Bike Path Engineering, of course, Eddie Hiron and Joshua Tanajiri. Thank you so much for your leadership. Even our field crews have been involved in this project, so thank you, Councilmember Krikorian, for your support. And thank you, DOT team, for all your work. We're so excited, and let's keep it moving. Thanks.
Thank you very much, Connie. And thank you to the entire DOT team. As Connie just went through that list of names, that's a small segment of all of the people from DOT who've been involved in this project. And that's just one department. So it gives you a sense of the complexity of putting together, not only designing, but implementing a project of this magnitude. So I'm very grateful to Connie for that. Now, I also, wearing my other hat, get to serve on the board of Metrolink. So the trains that go past here, Darren, when's our next train? We got a few minutes? 9:45. Okay, so we got a few minutes before we get drowned out. So I want to bring up the CEO of Metrolink, Darren Kettle, who has been a tremendous partner in trying to ensure that we have all of the railroad safety needs met, as well as the safety needs that our city departments wanted to bring to this intersection. Sometimes those two things require different approaches, and dovetailing the approaches and making them compatible is a difficult task, and it took real leadership right from the top, from the CEO, Darren Kettle. Darren?
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Thank you, Director Krikorian, President Krikorian, Councilmember Krikorian. It's a pleasure to be here. Again, my name is Darren Kettle. I'm the Chief Executive Officer at Metrolink. For about nearly 2 years. For those of you that aren't super familiar, Metrolink is a 547-mile regional passenger railroad. We are the third largest passenger railroad in the country. We really care, three major things we care about. We want to operate a clean service, we want to operate an on-time service, but most importantly, we want to operate a safe service. And the improvements that you see out here today are part of that safe service. But ensuring infrastructure required to operate our passenger trains in this rail system, to make sure it's safe, is a monumental undertaking. To this end, we partner with various jurisdictions throughout Southern California to make improvements at signals and at crossings, much as you see here at Arvia. And we only can do that with the support and partnership of the local jurisdiction, in this case, with the city of Los Angeles. And as Director Krikorian mentioned, we had some things that we had to work through to make sure that this project all came together, but it has come together after that 19-month closure. And I think the community will benefit from it. And I know that from a safety perspective, our system will be that much safer for it, not just for our users of our system, our riders of our system, but the community as a whole. It's also going to be, of course, in support of the bike path project. Metrolink has upgraded the rail signal system at several of the street crossings, which include the installation of safety advancements and pedestrian gates. This corridor, of course, is our Antelope Valley Line corridor. It's one of our 7 lines. It is between San Bernardino Line and Antelope Valley Line, our 2 fastest recovering lines out of the pandemic, primarily used by essential workers that commute all the way from the Antelope Valley into here into the valley and into Los Angeles downtown. My staff that was involved is our senior railroad civil engineer, Maria Label. She is in the back. And she was our lead here to ensure that the Metrolink interests were recognized from a safety perspective. She's a longstanding railroad engineer who supported us for many years. And then finally, just a thank you to Metrolink board member, Director Paul Krekorian, for your time and your effort in helping us get to this point. And most importantly, we're really looking forward to coming back and cutting that ribbon on that bike path when it's all said and done. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you very much. Thank you. So next up, I'd like to bring up representing the Bureau of Street Services, Executive Officer Shirley Lau. As you look around, many of the folks here who are wearing orange vests, not all of them, but many of them are with Street Services. And, you know, it's one thing to design a project, it's another to implement it. And sometimes the things that look good when they're written down on paper get a lot more complicated when you get here into the street and you have to actually start building it and figuring out how to implement that. And day in and day out, the members of the Bureau of Street Services, the employees of the members and workers of Street Services are keeping us safer by making sure that our streets are well maintained, well engineered, work for the best interests of not only motorists but pedestrians and bicyclists, and this intersection is certainly no exception. And when we finish this bike path, it really is going to be something that presents a continuous opportunity for the North Valley for bicycling that we have never had, and that's thanks to the hard work of the people of the Bureau of Street Services. And representing the Bureau, I want to bring up Executive Officer Shirley Lau. Shirley? Got a lot of people there.
Good morning. Thank you, Councilmember. I just wanted to let everyone know a little bit of our role in this project. Bureau of Street Services, we have engineers who designed the bike path, and now we're overseeing the construction of the project. The Bureau is really excited to be part of this significant bike corridor project. We've done other bike path projects, and we have a few $100 million, actually, Councilmember, in the works in the next few years to continue to build active transportation projects throughout the city, which will include bike facilities, pedestrian facilities, and to enhance the bike network and continue to basically encourage everyone to be utilizing these enhancements. So today I'd just like to recognize my team. We have Glenn Hoke over there in the yellow vest, Brian On, and Renee Carrillo. They oversee the construction of the project. And also, as part of the Department of Public Works, I want to give a shout out to Todd and George over there at the Bureau of Contract Administration, who helps us with the project as well. So thank you, Councilmember, for your leadership and your support.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. And really, I can't stress enough how appreciative I am and how appreciative my constituents are of all of our city employees who day in and day out do this work. It's often, you know, work that doesn't get fully recognized, that you don't hear enough thanks. But believe me, everybody who goes through this intersection, they may not know that the Department of Transportation or the Bureau of Street Services, they may not even know what you do, but they'll know that their neighborhood is better because of your work. So thank you all very, very much for what you do day in and day out for the people of Los Angeles. And speaking of the people of Los Angeles, I want to bring up two representatives of the community. And as I said at the outset, this community has put up with a lot over this project. It's crazy that it took 18 months. It was, you know, due to a lot of factors, including, you know, torrential rains, including supply chain issues and all sorts of other things. It took way longer than intended, but I hope that the end result is something that is going to be a very meaningful change for many years to come for this community. And I just want to bring up to speak on behalf of the community and to express my thanks as soon as this plane takes off. I want to bring up Monica Vacas of the Sun Valley Neighborhood Council and Guadalupe Camacho, please. If you could, Monica and Guadalupe, if you could come on up.
Good morning, all. My name is Monica Vacas with the Sun Valley Area Neighborhood Council, and together with me present is our president of the council, Wendy Thumb, and one of our members, Lanel Mares. I have no words to thank you for the completion of this project. I am a resident of the area, and I have had to go around. And we have an airport in the middle, and you all know how we have to go around. So I am grateful. And as you, I don't know if you know, but I'm going to tell you, we have spent endless hours cleaning our city. As a matter of fact, I have a witness, our president can tell you that I've been called the broom lady because we spend all this time beautifying Sun Valley. And to have this project here today completed, it's just amazing. I cannot express my excitement. It's a project, now we need to bring the community up to this project because it's just beautiful. It really has helped us a lot. And I'll be very brief, council members, so I'll put it on the table, but things happen for a reason. And we had a resident of the area come through today and complain about the noise of the whistle, which it's a safety matter. But I do see in Burbank that we have some crossings that say quiet, what was it that they, the quiet zone, maybe between 10 p.m. and 5 a.m. I'm going to put it on the table, council member. I don't know whether that's feasible or not, but let's give it a try. We'll do together. And this is the word, the key word, together. We listen to the community, we bring it to you, and together we make everybody happy. And I thank you for that.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you. And if I could ask Guadalupe to come up as well, please.
Buenos días a todos. Mi nombre es Guadalupe Camacho y vengo representando mi comunidad de aquí de Sun Valley. Igualmente, lo que dijo aquí la señora Vaca, yo les quiero dar las gracias, señor miembro de concejal. Thank you so much por este proyecto hermoso, amazing. Tengo 30 años viviendo en esta comunidad y honestamente nunca había mirado que movieran un dedo para hacer algún cambio en este lugar. Les agradecemos en la manera en que acomodaron todo. Nosotros estábamos confundidos diciendo, ¿qué están haciendo? ¿Cómo lo van a hacer? ¿Por qué lo movieron? Pero, como dicen, lo mejor llega para la persona que sabe esperar. Fuimos pacientes, aunque a veces estábamos un poco, porque mirábamos que esto no tenía fin y que no tenía fin, pero por fin llegó a su fin. Y dicen que lo mejor llega una vez más para la persona que espera, y llegó lo mejor. Les agradezco. Y igualmente a usted le quiero dar las gracias por dos grandes personas empoderadas, dos mujeres, Lorraine Díaz y Dayana González, por tremendo trabajo que están haciendo en esta área de Sun Valley, en esta área sobre todo, por la ayuda que les han dado a todas las personas que estaban en esta área, a todas las trailas, a todas las personas indigentes. Thank you so much. Eso es un grandísimo cambio lo que han hecho ustedes en toda esta área. Muchísimas gracias y que Dios los bendiga a todos. Igualmente, gracias a todos los trabajadores, desde que los que estuvieron aquí trabajando en horas de sol en todo momento. Thank you a todos y cada uno de ustedes. Gracias.
Muchísimas gracias, Guadalupe and Monica. And Guadalupe thanked Lorraine and Diana of my staff, and I want to thank them as well. And I also want to thank Saha Giadalian, who's here, Paola Juarez, who's here, any other members of our staff here. Truly, just as I was saying with our city workers, my staff does stuff like this every day. They solve impossible problems every day. And then they just move on to the next thing, and they let me come to the ribbon cutting and celebrate it. And I so appreciate all the work that they do to improve the communities of Los Angeles and the Second Council District every day. So thank you all very much. All right. Well, with that, again, I want to thank everybody in the neighborhood. I want to thank all of our city employees. I want to thank Metrolink, and we're ready to get this going. So we have a ribbon ready to cut. Okay, let's do it. Thank you, everyone. 1, 2, 3.